Hi guys, I'm Amber, this is Amber Online, and today we're going to be talking Witch Doctor by Brandon Seifert and Lucas Kettner. So I may have talked about a lot before the fact that I'm really into science. I work in a microbiology lab at a hospital, so I'm in science all day. I like doing science in my spare time, and I also probably, evidently from this channel, really enjoy fantasy and science fiction. So Witch Doctor kind of mashes those two elements together in a creepy and funny and brilliant way. The premise of this story is that you have Dr. Vincent Morrow, who is a medical physician who deals with supernatural illnesses, essentially. So instead of being like, oh, it's a mysterious ghost and you're possessed, it's like a ghost is like a parasite and the possession is like an infection and you need to find the appropriate tools to treat this particular kind of infection. It's brilliant like that. It covers all kinds of classic horror angles. So you have, demonic children possessions and vampires and Lovecraftian creatures and fairy doppelgangers and, creepy parasite dolls. It's just brilliantly executed. It covers all of these subject areas in a really fresh way. The art is fantastic. It's very dark and very creepy. It lends itself extremely well to the horror comedy genre. Vincent Morrow as a character is kind of in the realms of sort of like a Sherlock Holmes almost. He's very brilliant, but not tremendously socially aware, little more than Sherlock Holmes. And he's just sort of living in this world of fools trying to get business done. He's very practical and very, very cool, but also very endearing at the same time in a way that has been effectively done, I think, with a lot of brilliant characters recently in media. So he's great as a primary protagonist, and then to help him out, he has his assistant, his nurse, who was an army nurse or paramedic. No, he worked in the military and has now taken on this position with Dr. Morrow as sort of his physician, so he's the ingenue in the situation. We're getting a lot of things explained through him, but he's also comes up occasionally as a respected peer because he's familiar with more conventional medicine, so he's able to help out in that regard. And then you have Penny Dreadful, who is a young woman who's been possessed by this extra-dimensional monster, and she sort of shares the body, and she's like Dr. Morrow's muscle, because she herself is a monster, but she's being tamed by this spirit, and you get a lot of really cool insights in the book to this internal struggle that Penny Dreadful has between her actual self and the thing she's been taken over by. So I don't want to spoil anything about the plot lines in these stories, and I know, because I love spoilers, but that's how much I love this comic, is I want you to go and find it and read it and love it like I love it, because it's one of my very favorite comics out there right now. And the good and bad thing about it is that it is only 2 volumes. There's volume 1, which is Under the Knife, and volume 2, which is Malpractice, and I flipped my camera because I feel like it's unnatural watching myself backwards, so these titles are mirrored, but, I'm sure you can figure them out anyways. So, only 2 volumes, so it's very, very accessible. It's very easy to get these 2 collected volumes and to read them, and you don't have to worry about being 20 volumes behind, like when I told you had to read Fables and it's 25 volumes long, and you don't have that kind of time or investment. But these are just, they're great reads. I highly recommend them. Please go and check them out. The artwork in here is beautiful. The stories are great, and this is a perfect comic to pick up for Halloween if you like things like Lovecraftian horror, if you like things like even sort of The Walking Dead, if you like that sort of clinical, well, I guess it's not really clinical, it's zombies, but if you like medical horror, if you like asylum stories, like American Horror Story, this is the kind of thing that you should really, really be reading, and you're really going to love it. I love it. I'm just weirdly, tenderly stroking it now. And it's gone to a weird place, so I'm going to wrap it up. But check out Witch Doctor. Enjoy. Let me know what you think. Bye.